Charles Obi was 27, young, handsome, and heir to an empire that stretched across oil, real estate, and international trade. On the surface, he had it all. Designer suits, luxury cars parked like trophies in the garage, a penthouse apartment on Victoria Island, and a sprawling family mansion in Ikoyi that could rival a palace. But wealth, as Charles knew too well, could not fill emptiness. Most mornings he woke to silence. His father, Chief Obi, was already in a meeting by 6 a.m., planning his next business conquest. His mother, Lady Obi, was never around. She lived more in Europe than in Nigeria, flying between Paris, Milan, and London in search of luxury. His friends in Lagos society cared more for popping champagne at clubs in Lekki than for genuine companionship. Even with all the glitz surrounding him, Charles often found himself sitting alone in the cavernous living room, staring at the chandelier's golden glow. Sometimes he wondered, was this all there was to life? It was in this space of loneliness that Adiz entered his world. She arrived on a humid Monday morning, brought in by the senior house steward. 17 years old, she had the kind of beauty that was not loud but quietly striking. Her brown skin glowed like polished wood, and her eyes, bright yet cautious, carried the weight of someone who had seen hardship far too early. Adiz had grown up in the village, raised by her grandmother after losing her parents in a tragic road accident. When the steward introduced her to the household staff, she stood nervously, clutching her small bag, dressed in a plain gown with a faded headscarf tied neatly over her hair. Charles noticed her from the upstairs balcony. She wasn't like the other maids who moved about with hurried obedience. There was a stillness in her presence, an air of quiet dignity despite her position. He caught himself staring longer than he should have. Later that evening, she came into the sitting room to serve him a glass of juice. Her hands trembled slightly as she set it on the table. For the briefest moment their eyes met. She looked away quickly, whispering, "Good evening, sir." Something stirred in Charles then. A strange warmth, a curiosity he hadn't felt in years. In a mansion filled with emptiness, Adiz's presence was like a spark in the dark. And though he didn't yet know it, that spark would ignite a fire that would change everything. First, Charles and Adiz lived in different worlds, separated by more than just wealth. He was the master of the house, moving through marble hallways in tailored suits, while she was the maid, her footsteps soft against the tiles as she carried